Hard work separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. This isn't just a motivational slogan. It's one of the deepest truths that defines every great success story in history. The difference between someone who lives a life of average results and someone who rises to greatness often comes down to one single choice: the decision to outwork everyone else. Talent might give you a head start, but it is discipline, persistence, and relentless effort that carry you across the finish line. Greatness is not handed to you, it's earned through the work you're willing to do when no one else is watching. Every person dreams of achieving something extraordinary. Whether it's building a career, creating a legacy, mastering a skill, or transforming their life, everyone desires the rewards of success. But while many want the outcome, few are willing to commit to the process. Ordinary people stop when things get hard. Extraordinary people keep going despite the difficulty. Ordinary people wait for motivation. Extraordinary people act even when motivation fades. Ordinary people hope success will find them. Extraordinary people hunt it down through focused action. Think about anyone you admire: athletes, leaders, artists, entrepreneurs. Behind every moment of public glory lies countless hours of private grind. When the world is asleep, they're practicing. When others make excuses, they're executing. When distractions appear, they stay locked in. Their advantage isn't that they were born special, it's that they made a decision to give more, to push harder, to be relentless. Hard work is the great equalizer. It allows people from any background, with any starting point, to rise far above their circumstances. Many people underestimate the power of daily effort. They think 1 hour doesn't matter, one day off won't change anything, skipping one practice isn't a big deal. But greatness isn't built in a day, it's built day by day. Each hour of focused work is like a brick. Some people lay a few bricks and expect to see a palace. Extraordinary people lay bricks every single day, whether they feel like it or not. Over time, they build something unshakable. They don't rely on short bursts of enthusiasm, they rely on consistency. Ordinary people often look for shortcuts. They search for an easier way to reach success, hoping there's a secret trick that will let them skip the hard part. But there are no shortcuts to mastery. There are no hacks for greatness. The journey to extraordinary results requires discipline when others get lazy, focus when others get distracted, and resilience when others give up. Hard work isn't glamorous, it's often repetitive, lonely, and demanding. But it's in that process that strength is forged. There's a quiet power in showing up every day. You might not see the results immediately. At first, it can feel like nothing is changing. You put in the effort, but the rewards seem distant. This is where ordinary people quit, they get impatient. Extraordinary people understand that results compound. Every hour invested creates momentum. Every small step builds the foundation for something greater. While others chase instant gratification, extraordinary individuals trust the process and keep going. Hard work doesn't just build skills, it shapes character. It teaches patience, discipline, humility, and resilience. When you work hard, you start to value every achievement more deeply because you know what it cost you. You develop mental toughness, the ability to stay focused even when things aren't easy. That toughness becomes your greatest weapon. While others crumble under pressure, you keep pushing forward because you've trained yourself through consistent effort. Some people think talent is everything. They believe that extraordinary people are just born with gifts they don't have. But history proves otherwise. Talent might open the door, but only hard work keeps you inside. There are countless talented individuals who never reached their potential because they relied on their gifts instead of their grind. On the other hand, many people with average talent have risen to greatness simply because they refuse to be outworked. Effort beats potential when potential refuses to put in effort. Look at any champion. Behind their success are years of preparation that nobody saw. Early mornings, late nights, sacrifices, missed parties, failures, setbacks, they embraced it all. They understood that if they worked harder than everyone else, eventually they would stand where no one else could. That mindset is what separates winners from dreamers. Dreamers talk about what they want. Winners do what it takes to get it. Hard work also builds confidence. When you know you've put in the effort, you walk differently, speak differently, act differently. You carry yourself with certainty because you've earned it. Confidence doesn't come from pretending, it comes from preparation. You can't fake the feeling of knowing you've done the work. That inner strength gives you an edge that can't be bought, copied, or faked. In a world full of distractions, the ability to work hard with focus is rare. And that's why it's so powerful. Most people are busy but not productive. They confuse activity with progress. Extraordinary people don't just work more, they work with clarity and intensity. They know what matters and put their energy into the right things. Their hard work is strategic, not scattered. They don't waste time competing with everyone. They outwork everyone by staying locked on their own mission. It's also important to understand that hard work is not a one-time event, it's a lifestyle. You can't just work hard for a week and expect transformation. Extraordinary success demands sustained effort over months and years. It's about showing up on the days you feel inspired and especially on the days you don't. It's about building habits that carry you through when your motivation runs out. Hard work is what bridges the gap between inspiration and realization. Obstacles will always appear. Challenges will test you. There will be moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. This is where ordinary and extraordinary part ways. Ordinary people see a wall and turn back. Extraordinary people find a way over, around, or through it. They understand that setbacks are part of the journey, not the end of it. Hard work gives them the strength to endure, adapt, and keep going even when the path gets rough. Extraordinary individuals don't fear effort. They embrace it. They see every challenge as a chance to grow, every difficult task as a chance to sharpen their edge. While ordinary people avoid discomfort, extraordinary people run toward it, knowing that discomfort is where transformation happens. They know that if they can stay disciplined when it's hard, they will achieve what others only wish for. You have to decide whether you want to be ordinary or extraordinary. That decision isn't made in public, it's made in private. It's made when no one is watching. It's made in those quiet moments when you're tired, unmotivated, and tempted to stop. Extraordinary people choose to keep working in those moments. They choose to keep laying bricks. They choose to keep moving forward. Your future will reflect the work you're willing to do today. Every minute you invest builds something. Every effort you make compounds over time. You might not see the results right away, but they're coming, if you stay consistent. Success is never an accident, it's the result of deliberate, focused, relentless work. Hard work separates the ordinary from the extraordinary because it forces you to become more than you were yesterday. It pushes you to expand your limits, develop your skills, and sharpen your mind. It transforms your potential into reality. No matter where you start, hard work gives you the power to rewrite your story. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop hoping for an easier path. Embrace the grind. Show up every day with focus and determination. Outwork your excuses, your distractions, and your doubts. Because when you work harder than everyone else, you rise higher than everyone else. Ordinary is easy. Extraordinary is earned. And the price is hard work. This is the truth if you want to stand out, if you want to achieve greatness, if you want to live a life that inspires others. You must be willing to do what others won't. Work when others sleep. Persist when others quit. Push when others pause. Hard work is your greatest weapon. Use it. Your extraordinary future depends on it. Consistency and resilience build greatness. These are not just motivational words to sound inspiring. They are the silent forces behind every extraordinary achievement in history. If you take a close look at anyone who has accomplished something remarkable, you will find two unshakable traits at their core. They show up day after day, and they keep standing when life tries to knock them down. Consistency is the slow, steady heartbeat of progress. Resilience is the unbreakable spirit that refuses to surrender. Together they create something unstoppable. In a world that celebrates instant success, people often forget that greatness is rarely born in a moment. It is built over time, through countless small steps, repeated with discipline and determination. You don't become great by doing something once. You become great by doing it again and again, especially when it's hard, especially when it's inconvenient, especially when you don't feel like it. Anyone can act motivated when everything is going smoothly, but true power is found when you remain committed even when the excitement fades. That is the test that separates dreamers from doers. Every habit you build, every discipline you keep, and every effort you repeat becomes a brick in the structure of your future. Consistency might not give you immediate results, but it guarantees eventual growth. Think of a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, maybe months, there's no sign of life above the surface. But beneath the soil, roots are spreading, strengthening, preparing for the moment when the sprout will break through. If you stop watering the seed because you don't see instant progress, you kill its potential. But if you stay consistent, even without visible results, one day growth bursts forth. Life works the same way. Progress often hides beneath the surface before it becomes visible to the world. Resilience is what allows you to keep watering your dreams even when the storms come. And storms will come. Setbacks, rejections, disappointments, and failures are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They are part of the journey toward greatness. Everyone faces challenges. What defines greatness is not the absence of obstacles, but the strength to rise after each one. Some people see obstacles as reasons to stop. Resilient people see them as reasons to grow stronger. Every challenge carries a lesson, and those who are resilient use that lesson to build a better version of themselves. When life tests you, it's not trying to break you. It's revealing how badly you want it. There will be days when everything feels heavy, when the results don't match the effort, when progress seems invisible. These are the days that define your future. Many people quit in these moments because they expected the journey to be easy. But greatness has never been easy. It's earned in the moments when you choose perseverance over comfort, discipline over distraction, and resilience over surrender. Consistency turns ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. A single workout won't change your body, but daily commitment transforms your health. Reading one page doesn't make you wise, but reading every day shapes your mind. Practicing your craft for a week doesn't make you a master, but years of consistent effort can make you unstoppable. The magic of consistency is that its power compounds over time. Like interest in a bank account, the small efforts you make each day accumulate into something massive and life-changing. Resilience, on the other hand, is the armor you wear when those consistent efforts seem to go unrewarded. It's the voice inside that says, keep going, even when the outside world tells you to quit. It's the inner strength that lets you fall down 7 times and rise 8. Resilience doesn't make challenges disappear, but it gives you the courage to keep fighting through them. It transforms failures into stepping stones, pain into power, and setbacks into setups for comebacks. Think about every great invention, every successful person, every inspiring story you've ever heard. Behind it lies a journey filled with obstacles, rejections, and moments of doubt. The difference between those who gave up and those who succeeded was resilience. When the world said no, they kept moving. When circumstances tried to hold them back, they pushed harder. They weren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented, but they were consistent and they were resilient. That's why they made it. Consistency without resilience is fragile, because the first setback can break your momentum. Resilience without consistency is unfocused, because strength without direction leads nowhere. But when you combine both, you create unstoppable momentum. You become the kind of person who shows up every day with a clear purpose and refuses to quit no matter what happens. That combination is the secret ingredient behind greatness. Some people wait for motivation to act, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind. Discipline and consistency, however, are stable. They don't depend on how you feel. They depend on the decision you made. If you only work when you feel inspired, you'll never build anything lasting. But if you work consistently, even on the days when you don't feel like it, you build habits that will carry you through the hard times. And when the inevitable challenges arrive, resilience will keep you standing when others fall. Greatness doesn't happen in the spotlight. It happens in the quiet, unseen hours when you keep going despite no applause. It's forged in the early mornings, the late nights, the repetitive practice, the boring routines, and the relentless pursuit of improvement. The world often celebrates the moment of success but ignores the years of consistent, resilient effort that led there. That's why some people call success overnight, when in reality, it was built slowly and steadily over time. Your dreams will not come true just because you want them. They will come true when your daily actions align with your vision, and when your spirit refuses to give up in the face of struggle. Consistency writes the plan, resilience protects it. Consistency builds the steps, resilience climbs them. Consistency creates momentum, resilience sustains it when friction arises. It's important to remember that setbacks are not failures, they are feedback. Every obstacle carries valuable lessons if you are willing to look for them. Resilience allows you to extract wisdom from pain. Consistency allows you to apply that wisdom daily. Over time, this process turns you into a more capable, focused, and powerful version of yourself. Many people quit too early, not because their dream was impossible, but because they didn't stay consistent long enough for the results to show. Others give up at the first major challenge, underestimating their own capacity for resilience. But those who combine consistency and resilience eventually break through barriers that once seemed unshakable. It's not magic, it's persistence. You must also understand that greatness is not a single destination. It's a continuous journey. Even when you achieve success, consistency and resilience remain essential. If you stop growing, stop learning, or stop working, progress will fade. But if you keep showing up and keep adapting, your greatness expands. Champions don't rest on their victories, they keep sharpening their craft, pushing their limits, and setting new goals. The beauty of consistency and resilience is that they are available to everyone. You don't need to be a genius, you don't need perfect circumstances, and you don't need anyone's permission. What you need is the decision to keep going, every single day, no matter how small the step. Even a slow climb leads to the mountaintop if you don't stop. One day, your efforts will speak for themselves. The world may not notice your struggles, but it will see your success. People may not witness your daily grind, but they will see the results it created. And in that moment, you'll understand that every drop of sweat, every sleepless night, every challenge endured was worth it. Because greatness is not built in comfort, it's built in consistency and resilience. So keep showing up, keep working even when progress seems invisible. Keep standing even when the winds of life try to push you down. Every day you stay consistent, you move closer to your dreams. Every moment you stay resilient, you strengthen your character. And over time, these two forces will build a life so powerful, so impactful, that the world cannot ignore it. Consistency and resilience build greatness, not overnight, but certainly, inevitably. Outworking others is the ultimate advantage. This truth has echoed through the lives of every great achiever in history. Talent may open a door, luck may create an opportunity, but it is relentless work that builds empires, shapes legacies, and separates the dreamers from the doors. Many people want success. They admire it, they talk about it, they even plan for it. But only a few are willing to pay the price of outworking everyone else. And that is why success always belongs to the few, not the many. When you decide to outwork others, you are making a decision to live differently. You choose to embrace effort when others embrace ease. You choose discipline over distraction, focus over comfort, and persistence over excuses. This mindset doesn't come overnight. It's forged in moments when you feel tired but keep going, when the world doubts you but you believe, and when no one is watching but you still give everything you've got. Imagine two people starting at the same point with similar talents. One works for a few hours and stops when things get uncomfortable. The other pushes for just one more hour, one more repetition, one more call, one more idea. Day after day, that small difference compounds into a massive gap. In a year, the second person isn't just slightly ahead, they've created a distance that is nearly impossible to close. That's the power of outworking others. It's not about one big leap, it's about the relentless accumulation of small, consistent efforts. The world is filled with people who start strong but fade quickly. They burn brightly for a short moment, then let distractions, fear, or comfort pull them back into mediocrity. But those who outwork others don't depend on fleeting motivation, they rely on discipline. They understand that success is a daily grind, not a one-time event. They know that when they put in the work today, they are shaping tomorrow. When you outwork others, you gain an edge that cannot be faked or bought. You develop skills others never master because you've spent more time refining them. You build endurance others lack because you've pushed through moments they avoided. You earn opportunities others miss because you were prepared when they were not. People will look at your results and call you lucky. But deep down, you'll know it wasn't luck, it was the long nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices no one saw. It's easy to say, I'll do my best. It's much harder to say, I will do more than anyone else is willing to do. But that is exactly what separates leaders from followers, legends from spectators. When you choose to outwork others, you are declaring that you will not settle for average. You are saying to yourself, I refuse to be just another name in the crowd. I will rise, no matter what it takes. The outworking others doesn't always mean working harder physically. It also means working smarter, being more intentional, and refusing to waste time. Every minute matters. While others scroll through distractions, you study. While others talk, you take action. While others rest too soon, you keep moving forward. Over time, this creates unstoppable momentum. There will be moments when you feel exhausted. There will be nights when your mind tells you to quit, when your body wants to give up, when the results seem slow. But those are the exact moments that define champions. It's easy to work when you feel motivated. The true test is working when you don't. Those who outwork others understand this deeply. They embrace the pain of the process because they know the reward will be worth it. You must also understand that outworking others requires sacrifice. You cannot give everything to your dreams while clinging to comfort. You may have to give up leisure time, late nights, and temporary pleasures. You may have to say no to distractions that others say yes to. You might lose friends who don't understand your drive, but what you gain in return is far greater self-respect, growth, achievement, and the power to shape your destiny. People often look for shortcuts. They want to find the fastest way to success with the least amount of effort. But shortcuts don't build character, and they don't build lasting success. The ones who outwork others aren't searching for shortcuts. They're laying down bricks one by one, building something solid and enduring. They know that real success isn't built overnight. It's earned through consistency, day after day, when no one is applauding. Outworking others also makes you resilient. When you face obstacles, you've already built the mental toughness to push through. While others are discouraged by setbacks, you've developed the habit of persistence. Every time you refuse to give up, you're strengthening your ability to endure. And in the long run, the person who can endure the longest wins. Think of every great athlete, entrepreneur, artist, or leader. Behind every title, every medal, every breakthrough, there's a story of someone who simply worked harder than everyone else. They stayed after practice. They studied longer. They tried again when everyone else walked away. The spotlight only shows the glory, it never shows the grind. But the grind is where greatness is truly built. When you outwork others, you build a reputation, not by boasting, but by letting your results speak. People begin to notice your dedication. They see that you don't quit when things get tough. Opportunities start to find you, not because you were lucky, but because your work ethic made you stand out. Life has a way of rewarding those who consistently give their best. But remember, outworking others isn't about competing with everyone around you. It's about pushing yourself to your personal limit and then going beyond it. It's about becoming so focused on your growth that you stop worrying about what others are doing. Your only real competition is the person you were yesterday. If you can work harder than that person every single day, you will eventually surpass everyone else naturally. This journey requires faith in yourself. You must believe that your efforts are leading somewhere, even when results take time to show. You must trust the process, stay patient, and keep giving your best. Success rarely arrives when you expect it. It often comes after long periods of silence, struggle, and unseen effort. But when it comes in abundance for those who didn't give up. Some may underestimate you. Some may doubt your capabilities. Some may even laugh at your ambition, but let them. While they talk, you work. While they waste time, you build. While they wait for the perfect moment, you create it. The ultimate revenge against doubt is undeniable results, and those results come only through relentless effort. When you make the decision to outwork everyone, you stop living like the average. You begin to structure your days differently. You wake up earlier, plan better, execute faster, and stay consistent longer. You don't rely on mood, you rely on commitment. You understand that every second counts, and you refuse to waste it. Over time, this separates you so far from the crowd that catching up becomes nearly impossible for anyone else. Outworking others isn't glamorous most of the time. It's lonely, it's tough, it's repetitive, but it is also liberating. Because in those quiet hours when you're pushing forward, you are becoming unstoppable. You are building a future that others will admire, but few will ever understand. You're not just working, you're transforming, so keep going. Keep pushing. Don't look for applause, look for progress. Don't chase validation, chase excellence. And never, ever let someone else's pace determine yours. You set the standard. You decide how far you're willing to go. You choose whether you'll be average or unforgettable. Outworking others is the ultimate advantage because it is completely within your control. You may not control luck, talent, or timing, but you control your effort. And effort, when applied consistently, beats everything else. It builds skill, attracts opportunity, and creates momentum. In the end, success will not ask you how talented you were. It will ask how much you gave. It will not reward your intentions. It will reward your execution. Those who outwork others may stumble, but they never stay down. They rise again and again, fueled by an unshakable drive to become more. Your journey begins the moment you decide to stop waiting and start working. It begins the moment you stop competing with others and start demanding more from yourself. If you want to be unstoppable, if you want to rise above mediocrity, if you want to build a legacy, outwork everyone. Not just once, not just for a week, but every single day, until the life you imagined becomes the life you live. That is how greatness is forged. That is how dreams are built. That is how you become the person you were always meant to be. Outwork them all. And don't stop until your reality matches your vision.